And this is a special offer, a special sale price, where you're going to be getting 3 of our 16-ounce jars. So that's 3 pounds of this delicious mix. Your shipping and handling is free, and your price is $36.24. Christy Fletcher here from Germack.
Hello,
nice
darling.
to see you.
Good to see you.
So this is actually a mix that Christy and I presented to you before the holidays.
Yes.
You all loved it.
November.
Pretty much it sold out, and we were hoping to get more in before Christmas. But because of the craft of these little chocolatier turtles filled with caramel on the inside,
right,
we weren't able to get enough in before the holidays, but the good news is we're getting it now. So you'll have it for Valentine's Day, and if you have that little nutty, salty, chocolatey caramel craving, we can fix that for you because we have 3 of these to go around. Talk to me about the flavors in this mix, because it is an interesting combination.
Who didn't love turtles originally? The big turtles, you know, that you got as kids that had pecans and the caramel and the chocolate.
Right.
Who didn't love that? What we did was figure out a way to put it in a mix. And when we sold this last, you said something that I thought was absolutely beautiful. You said this seems very random, some of the things we put in here, but Germack is all about recipes. And believe me, when all this comes together, especially those turtles that we're going to show you in 1 second, and that silky caramel that comes out of it, and you can see it's in the shape of a turtle. I mean, that we put that the chocolatier puts them in a mold, and you can see, I'll show you better down front, it's in the shape of a little turtle. So do you want me to go front?
Yeah, why don't you tell us through the different flavors, and then we can kind of do our little turtle test.
We can do our turtle test. Here are the turtles, and if we can go in, and you know, you can see their little feet, and you see that it's put in a mold, and how cute that is. How cute. Little turtle. That's a turtle.
Isn't that cute?
That's so cute. And he's got the silkiest caramel in there, and you're better at that pull and getting that caramel out. We'll do that in a second.
I'll break him up.
You'll break him up. And now we go into our famous batch roasted almonds. In the batch roasting tradition, Germack's been batch roasting since 1924. Have not changed a thing. We've been doing it that long. We're doing it right, my friends. Batch roasted almonds. We have peanut butter drops in this one. And there comes the surprise.
Right?
There comes when you said you wouldn't think that might work in this. You know what? It works.
It does.
It works. And then there are your pecans, because in the original big turtle that we ate as kids, there are pecans. These are our batch roasted pecans, huge whole pecans in the Germack batch roasting process. Nice and pretty, a little bit of salt, a little bit of canola oil, and then these ginormous Michigan cherries. And I'll tell you what, Jill, this is the truth. We've had one of the best cherry crops.
Oh, they're so good.
That we have ever had this season. So we've got some of the best. That thing is huge, and it's squishy and soft and shiny and tart and a little bit sweet. And then we have our batch roasted peanuts, and that pulls it all together. And what you might not think would be a great recipe.
Oh, it's the best.
But it is.
It's the best.
It's very gourmet.
So take a look here. I'm going to break.
She's so good at this.
It's because I played with my food when I was a kid.
Play with your food.
All right, so here we go. So here's this cute little chocolate turtle, right? Like, look at his little shell and everything. But when you open it up and you start to see like all this ooey gooey, do you see the caramel that's in there?
It's dripping out.
It's like, look.
Look at that. That's
all that caramel.
Silky.
It's like, it's silky. It's not.
It's buttery.
Sticky. It's buttery and delicious. This is what I said before too about these random flavors. This is what I want you to think about. You have your chocolate caramel turtle. This is kind of like that little kid's story. If you give a mouse a cookie, it wants a glass of milk. If you start with your chocolate caramel turtle, you're going to want to add a pecan.
Of course.
If you've got the pecan, what goes good with pecan? Something a little chewy, like a cherry. What other nut tastes delicious with cherry? Almond. What other nut do you find most commonly when you have some kind of a nut mix? Peanuts. And then when you want to smooth that flavor profile out at the end, what do you add? A little peanut butter.
Peanut butter drops.
So the combination, again, they seem random, but when you put bites of this into your mouth with the freshest roasted nuts, those little turtle chocolate caramel drops, where you take that little bit of the sweet chocolate and then the caramel melts in your mouth, you get the smoothness of those peanut butter drops. Like, it is so good. Like, this is the kind of item where I'd say this is like food crack. because you start eating it and you cannot stop.
Yes, you can't stop.
It's so good.
It is like food crack. It is.
And so as we're heading into this time of year, you know, this is going to ship out And the next day or two, you'll have it, you know, probably by the end of the week. This is one of those things where if you need a little something for a teacher for Valentine's Day, you have it. People are coming over for the big game. We always think about the chips and the guacamole and the appetizers and the main course and what am I going to make for dessert. People like to nibble. And this is like perfect company nibble food. You could just put out a couple little bowls of this around and people will love it. They'll take handfuls. Kids will love it. Grown-ups will love it. You never get the same bite twice, right? Thank you, Forrest Gump. You never know what you're gonna get. So you're gonna get the nuts or you're gonna get the chocolate, you're gonna get the cherries, you're gonna get the peanut butter. Every bite is delicious.
Because it's a recipe, and that's what Germack has worked very, very hard on. And again, this is only the third time it has been on air, and QVC has wanted it back. You have wanted it back, so we've got it back for you. And that's why I say, just because I listen to you and I love you, you're playing turtle again.
Yes, I am. Because look at this, you guys, look. I'm gonna hold this as steady as I can. But look at this delicious caramel dripping out all over. I'm gonna have to eat it now.
Oh, you poor thing.
Hate my job sometimes.
No,
but it is just so, so good.
Very
Everything
unique.
about a jar of Germack, it's fresh. I've never had your product, Christy, where the nuts tasted rancid, where there was too oily, where the chocolates weren't delicious, where those cherries, whether it's cherries or sometimes you guys use cranberries or other dried fruit, they're tender, they're flavorful. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Put your little nose up to that. What do you smell?
Fresh flavors.
Fresh flavors. And you know why? These are packed only to your order. These jars only exist right on this table, right here, okay? And so what happens is, I have to make a phone call when I get off the air, and I call Wally in the warehouse and his team at the Q. Yes, and he starts packing. And when he packs these and he puts this freshness seal on here. If you don't pop that seal, this will stay fresh as the day it was packed for 1 year.
Nice.
So given the situation today where we could first get it back, and you can see how fresh it is, know what Mary DeAngelis, our friend, called this?
What?
When I was on the air with another one of our mixes where I say we don't have any dust, she said, there's no snack shrapnel at the bottom.
Exactly.
There's nothing at the bottom. That's because the food has not had a chance to break down. And so you smell the freshness. You taste the freshness, and then you will keep that freshness. And so again, I always encourage you to double up, especially with a specialty mix like this, with that specialty item like the turtle, because we don't know when our chocolatier can get those back.
And believe it or not, we're getting closer and closer to the time frame where we can't ship chocolate items.
It'll melt.
Because it'll melt. Not right now, right? But you know, before you know it, it's gonna be April or May, and then that's gonna be our cutoff. So this is only the third time ever this has been on the air. It's been very popular in this presentation already. In fact, 2,500 have been ordered.
Oh, gracious.
It's a special price, so you're getting all 3 of these 1-pound classic jars of the chocolate caramel turtle blend for $36.24. Again, free shipping and handling. Take me through the flavors again.
I will do that.
And then I'll go through and I'll show my little turtle caramel ribbon.
You can do that, and I'll show you the little turtle. But my nails are kind of a little bit longer, so I don't know if you can see the turtle. I'm trying to show you because it's a special mold. Yeah, you can see him there with his little feet.
Cute.
See, is it cute? And then he's got that silky caramel in there. That's our troublemaker there because we can't get him back as often. Our beautiful batch roasted almonds, those creamy peanut butter
they're
drops.
so good.
And then what makes it a complete turtle is our pecans, roasted pecans in the Germack tradition. And then these big, huge, squishy, and you know what, I'll tell you what? Our cherry crop has been
Those
fantabulous.
cherries are so good this year.
And the cherry crops have been the best this year than we've had them in many, many years. You can just tell by looking at shiny, slightly sweet, slightly tart, and then those batch roasted peanuts, just enough salt, just enough canola oil to bring out that natural American, to me, peanut is the American nut. You know, it's America's nut. It really is.
All right, so here's our little turtle again.
She's gonna do it.
I need to get a little cloth or something. The chocolate's melting on my fingers. So sorry about the melted chocolate, but here you go. Here's your cute little turtle. And then you can just see as it breaks open, see the caramel in there?
Yay!
And like I'm gonna squeeze it so you can just see all the caramel.
Yum!
Going on.
All that gooiness.
On the inside there. So it's perfect little bite size. We can move on now.
That's gooiness, and that's not that
perfect
hard.
bite.
Yeah, it's not that hard, chewy
Perfect
caramel.
bite. Not so big and chewy. It's not going to get stuck in your teeth or anything that way.
No, it silks. The minute it hits your tongue, it just
This is my favorite thing
right
to do.
into your taste
Ready?
buds. I know you love that.
One of the pecan halves, and then you put the little turtle right on top. Tell me that's not a good bite right there, Chef Tony. You want some?
You want some turtle? You want some turtle?
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, don't miss out on this one. We really want, because I know you love it, but I knew you fell in love with it, and we haven't.
And I wasn't sure, because when Christy sent me an email, she's like, "Hi, we're gonna be working together. Here's what's in my mix." I was like, now that's a combination. But then when I got here that day, I was like, the more I think about it, the more it makes perfect sense. If you're gonna have the chocolate caramel turtle, you want the pecan flavor to go with it. You need something a little softer, chewy in there. What goes good with pecans? Dried cherries. What's another nut that goes good with cherries? Almonds. What's another nut that complements almonds? Peanuts. And then how do you smooth it all out that works back to chocolate caramel? Peanut butter.
Peanut butter
So
drops.
it's great. Here's an update on this, everybody. I had 5,500 at the start of the show. 1,800 left. A lot of you dialing in. Don't know when this will be back the next time, but get it while we have it. It's M52596. Stay on the line if you're dialing in. And Christy, thank you. Nice to see you. All right, can you guys bring me a wet little cloth or something? Because I've got melted chocolate and caramel all over my fingers.
You got turtle fingers.
And I would lick my fingers, but that's not very polite. My mama raised me better than that. Oh, Chef Tony to the rescue.
You covered.
All right, listen, guys.